Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you doing, brother? This is brother Shahid, who I have mentioned several times in different videos. He's the brother of Shahid Muhammad, who was the boxing promoter who got me to turn pro in Lawton in 1981, who also started the program in Rahway, New Jersey State Penitentiary with James Scott. Rest in peace to White Kwawi Muhammad, who just passed the other day. This is my man. He came all the way down from New York to see me because we've been planning this visit since I came home 3 years ago. Very good friend of mine. I've been knowing him, man, since I was 20 years old. We've been in several joints together. He the one who told his brother about me when I whipped Yaya. And he told his brother Muhammad, Murad, man, as a brother, we got to get out, man. This brother supposed to be the champion of the world. So this is my good friend and brother, Shahid Muhammad. I'm glad, man, I had a chance to see him.
I ran into this brother in the early 70s. And it was something about this brother that I seen something special, you know. And the way he used to carry himself in the institution, I knew this brother had a certain gift, and he definitely shouldn't have been where he was at in there. So I always watched and observed him and see how he carried himself. I used to always say, slow down, little brother. He's always moving around doing things. But what I loved about him, this brother Yaya was from Jersey, where I used to live. And he did a little boxing too. But I heard they had something in the yard, Khalif out there, Yaya, getting ready to spar. And when I seen this brother spar with Yaya, Yaya know a little bit, but he could not touch Khalif.
Well, tell me a little bit about Yaya. Where he from?
Yaya's from Jersey also, where I lived at one time
you knew
also.
him prior to where y'all was at Leavenworth?
Yeah, we was in Leavenworth.
So
he was in Rahway too. He was in Rahway.
He was in Rahway also. I was in Rahway Trent. I was down there when Hurricane Cardinal was all down there. And Yaya would come through also. And then he came through the federal system, I saw him. And then as we got up to Leavenworth, he was there also. And when I went there, I seen Khalif. I met Khalif in Terry Hut, observed him, then he came to Lewisburg. But when he got to Leavenworth, I seen the way this brother can box. My brother had James Scott. I called my brother Murad and say, brother, I got a fighter down here. This brother, James Scott, cannot touch him. And you got to do something for him.
10 in the world at the time.
World. My brother started that program, Rory, on NBC, televised.
Right.
You know?
For 1 second, brother Shahid.
Yes.
Can you tell us who your brother is and what type of impact he had on boxing?
Yes. My brother is Shahid Muhammad, one of the youngest boxing promoters in Jersey.
In the world.
In the world, really. And when he seen that I was incarcerated, he did all he could to try to get me released. So he started a boxing program down Roy with James Scott. Hooked up to NBC and had it on televised on TV. When I seen him spar with Yaya could fight too now. Don't get me wrong, a lot of brothers from Jersey that could box, you know, that I knew before I met Khalifa.
Earl Best.
Abdullah.
I used to box him in the
box him. They was real close also.
Yeah, that was my man.
But brother, this bond I had with his brother, I seen a good intention, his brother. And I seen he had a good soul, was very intelligent. He did not to be the rest of life in no penitentiary. I seen the way I said, brother, I see a way where you can box your way out of prison.
Yeah, you did say that.
And you can be the #1 champion because I know you can beat James Scott. Yeah. James Scott couldn't touch him. And when I seen him spar in Leavenworth, called my brother right away. He was trying to get more contact.
What he did, when he told Murad, I got a brother up here, he ain't got no business being locked up. Bro. He said, man, James Scott can't whip him. James Scott would just be Yaki Lopez for #10 in the world. So I hooked Murad up with my cousin Roach Brown, because Roach Brown had the plug with the director. of the DC Department of Correction. So Murad, he was so crafty in the salesman, he asked Roach, is there any way we can get your cousin back so we can start a program in Lawton like we had in Rahway State Penitentiary where James Scott fights on NBC on Sports World.
Right.
Everybody was excited. You know, Merrin Burr, you know how he was. So the agreement was give us 6 months and they was going to do an interchange agreement with other DC inmates that they were trying to get rid of in the Department of Corrections to send me back. But I beat one of our homies with a baseball bat on the yard, so that killed the deal. I go to Merrin, Al Malik's brother, Yusef, and Jennings Bay filed for me under the DC code and got me back. That's how I came back in 81. So Murad had set up certain meetings with the warden, Benny Hodges, and they say, well, what we have to do, I have to bring some scouts down here, and we have to see him work to see if we're willing to sign him. They called Finley, Ham, Norman Smith, all Dave Jacobs, all the top trainers. The DC brought the fighters down. He said, I want to see him. After he seen me work, he said, sign him today. Signed me, Darren Reese, and Jack Johnson. There ain't wasn't nobody else on the team because they ain't wasn't impressed with nobody else. So this is how the program started. And Shahid was coming down regular, staying with my sister Mona Lisa.
Met your mother?
Yeah, he was going to my mother's house. My mother and Mona Lisa, everybody was excited because they said, man, we're going to get him out. He was such a good, genuine friend. And he had so much compassion about trying to get me free. My mother and Mona Lisa fell in love with him. He was coming down regular. Yeah. And the agreement was, like I said on other videos, if I win my first 14 fight, number 15 was going to be with James Scott on Sports World NBC. Right. I was letting him know, you know what happened after the 11 fight.
But as soon as I got out, I was right on it. Yeah. Rode down to Washington, met his mother, met Mona and stuff. And Mona was right on it too. He got a beautiful family, man. That's what I want to touch on. How close he was with his mother, sister, and his family members. Was always batting for him. Get him out of prison.
So, DC guys have a bad stigma with him. Most people don't like him when they see him coming. Yeah. How was you able to be cool with him, man to man? Yeah. But how was you able to embrace him? And what were the DC guys like when you met this guy?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that back then in the 70s.
And he wasn't the only one.
But it wasn't. He was cool with Percy, Florida, Hill, Matt Holland,
Lonnie,
Flick.
I want to know how you got cool with DC, period. What was your
he slept next door to Tim.
Yeah.
In Terry Hut.
So, and I just see him come out of his cell. I should watch him. Watch him and see how he was carrying himself. I haven't heard nothing personally, anything bad about DC, brother. Let me tell you what attracted me to Washington. I have never seen a black Afro-American brothers close-knit, tight, unified. Looked out for one. This is what attracted me with the brothers from Washington. I tell my family, got some brothers down here, they stick together.
What time was this when you discovered these things?
73. Right. 1973. I got locked up in 69 and get out in 79. Every place I done been, I run with this brother. And Watson was talking to him, seen him grow. So we was in every penitentiary. The last stop was in Leavenworth that I seen. When I seen him spar, it was the first time I seen this brother spar, and I know he had a gift. You know, went to the phone and called my brother, told my brother about him. My brother said, don't worry about it, we're gonna get him. Now, I seen this brother had the ability of attracting people and had a very good heart, not just looking out for DC brothers all over in the institution. Everybody loved this brother in the penitentiary. Regardless of the problem, everybody loved it fly. He had that type of gift. But the main thing I seen with this brother, I know he could fight. And I seen the way where I can try to get this brother free. When I first seen his mother and smile on her face when I pulled up in that limousine in front of the house, you should see the smile on his mother's face.
limousine?
Yeah.
I know you pulled up in a
My
limousine.
brother was singing a congressman.
Back it up.
Yeah, back it up.
Get in the limousine, and why did you get in the limousine and come
Back it up. Murad, the matchmaker, and myself, we was in the limousine. He was meeting this congressman in Washington.
Came down D.C. to meet a congressman
in Washington
and have a meeting with the warden behind the wall.
Oh, to get
the
Right.
So when they came down in the limousine, they stopped at my mother's house, you know what I mean, and met my mother. And she was so impressed because she said, "Who was that in that big limousine?" You know, but the Murad was like Don King, Bob Earl, Bush Lewis. He was like the fourth most strongest boxing promoter in the country at the time, behind Bob Earl, Don King, and Bush Lewis. So he was getting it. He owned champions, Pingley Thomas, Roy Jones, all them. So
he did a lot of fights with Roy Jones also.
They were just excited. They just was excited that somebody was willing to fight for my freedom for me. You know what I mean?
That was my main purpose. Trying to get this brother out. I seen a way, him fighting professionally, and go out that door.
Let me ask you two things. I don't know how much time we got on.
I want to say something though. See, you asked him about how did he embrace these. Back in the 70s,
wasn't like that.
It wasn't none of that crap that we be hearing now in this generation. But that's why I'm explaining. See this. Back in the 70s, I can attest to this. I can attest to this. In the 70s, DC was so strong. DC, the Moles, New York, and Philly was the strongest three groups in the system. You understand? The Moles, because we had strong moles we had strong homies in the moles. You know what I mean? But you know, back in the 70s, when Deloach and Cadillac and Stampede and Dog McKinney, all them dudes,
Percy,
man, our car was strong. You know what I mean? Our car was strong, so wasn't no playing the 50, wasn't no backbiting, wasn't no dude putting their penis out on police. I don't know where that stuff came from.
People was more together.
But we were so unified because we let it be known. If you touch somebody out of DC, the whole DC comes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Wasn't no dudes, man. Cause wasn't no gangs back then.
Yeah.
Wasn't no Crips Bloods and none of that. Latin Kings, GD. Wasn't none of that in the system back then.
For the early 70s. So the early 70s.
Yeah. So when I came to Terre Haute, that was my first USP. Right. You know that because you got the paperwork. You know what I mean? So when I left Tallahassee and went to Terre Haute, when our homie Naughty Pine was a shot caller at the time. You know what I mean? I know his whole family. Naughty Pine said, "We got a little fly here." You understand what I'm saying? So, man, you have to fall in line. You have to fall in line with the car and where you fit in. You know, all the homies gonna give you everything you need. You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody being petty.
More unified.
But we were so strong back in the day because leaving Lawton, coming to the feds at the time it was an honor to be around certain homies, especially the old times that you heard about. Right. You know what I mean? So man, there's a role for everybody, but you gotta play your role. Right. You know what I mean? You have to learn the code of conduct that we lived by back then. Man. Rest in peace, Terry Trice here. Terry Trice just passed form, man, largest sim form. Terrorizer. Used to be one of the most vicious stick-up boys and killers in Washington, D.C. I mean, had the whole city on lockdown at one time. He just lost his life. May he rest in peace. And I had the honor and the pleasure to go see him, man, before he passed, right? And he gonna be surely missed, man. If you love him or you like him, Terry Trice wasn't to be played with. You know what I mean? I come up with him, man, in the juvenile joints, Lord. You know what I mean? Good man, man. Cold-blooded warrior, man. But yeah, he was a legend. Terry Trice was legendary. I want to give my salam to the brother out of New York, OG45 TV. Everything that brother said was profound. I respect it. He know the deen. I agree with everything he said. And I'm glad, man, that it didn't turn out to be ugly and for us to clash. Allah knows best. He's a beautiful Muslim. He spoke so profound and prolific. Before you sign off, I want to say salam to brother Hafiz. Used to be one of the trainers on the hill. Used to train Larry Pringle. He had the boxing team on the hill with Wilbur Cook. He was Larry Pringle's personal trainer. Shout out to Hafiz. Shout out to JR, who I seen at the event with Eddie Mathis and Calvin a couple of weeks ago. I've been trying to see JR since I've been home. Love you, JR. I'm glad I seen you, man. Thanks for taking me to lunch the other day, you and Pastor Donnie. And we got to get together soon, man. But I enjoyed seeing you at the event. Percy Florida Hill. Big Treat, Curtis Russell, all the regulars came out, man. Glad you was there, young. Old Moochie was there. And we had a ball, man. And may Allah be with you, man, for interviewing me and my brother. I love him. He's one of my closest companions. And man, shout out to Hafiz, shout out to JR. And man, assalamu alaikum to the brother, OG45 TV. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. I really appreciate your program, what you're doing, what Khalifa's doing, and it's getting around where everybody's tuning in with your program. And both of y'all keep up the good work, man.
Good.
Could you inspire these young brothers and keep them positive, and let's keep them on the street. Right. We don't want them where we was at. We ain't trying to go back there, and we don't want these young kids going back. That's right. Your program is so great. You help all that. You're a good brother. I'm glad you're around, brother. God bless both of y'all, man. God bless you and keep y'all well.
No fitna. No fitna.